Level 1. The common cold. You're a peasant in 1340s England. You live in a one-room house with a dirt floor, a leaking roof, and 6 other people. You wake up one morning and your throat feels like you swallowed gravel. Your nose is running, your head pounds. You don't call it a cold. You don't call it anything. You just keep working. You're in the fields by sunrise harvesting barley with hands that won't stop shaking. Your wife tells you to drink warm broth. The village healer tells you to inhale steam from boiled onions. A week later, you feel better. But in the medieval world, a cold isn't just a cold. Your body's already weakened. You're malnourished. You haven't eaten meat in 2 months. That cold loosens the door, and the next thing that comes through it might not leave. Level 2. Dysentery. You're a soldier. It's 1346. You're part of an English army besieging a French town. You've been camped outside the walls for 3 weeks. The latrine pits are overflowing. The drinking water comes from the same river where men wash their wounds and dump their waste. The cramps start mild. Then your stomach twists like someone's wringing it out. Then the blood comes. You're losing fluid faster than you can drink it. The surgeon doesn't know what bacteria is. He thinks your humors are imbalanced. He bleeds you. You're already dehydrating, and this man is draining more fluid from your body. Half your regiment has the same symptoms. More men die from dysentery on this campaign than from French swords. You survive. Barely. The guy next to you in the tent didn't wake up this morning. Level 3. Ergotism. You're a farmer's wife in a small village in France. The harvest was poor. The rye is damp. It smells strange, but you grind it into flour anyway, because the alternative is starvation. Within days of eating the bread, your fingers start burning. It feels like your hands are on fire from the inside. Your husband's toes turn black. Your youngest daughter starts screaming about demons in the corner. The village thinks she's possessed. They call the priest. He prays over her for 3 days. She gets worse. The rye was contaminated with ergot, a fungus that produces chemicals similar to LSD. Hallucinations, convulsions, gangrene. They call it St. Anthony's fire. Entire villages go mad. People lose limbs. People lose minds. And no one understands why. They just keep eating the bread because there's nothing else. Level 4. Leprosy. You're 22 years old in a market town in Germany. One morning, you notice a pale patch on your arm. It doesn't hurt. You can't feel anything when you touch it. A month later, there's another one on your face. Then the lumps come. Your nose starts to collapse. The priest examines you and delivers the verdict, leper. They hold a funeral for you. You're not dead, but you might as well be. You stand in the church while the priest reads the rites. You are dead to this world. They give you a cloak, a bell, and wooden clappers. You have to warn people when you're coming. You can't enter any town. You can't touch anyone. You're sent to a leper colony outside the walls. Some people there have no fingers. Some have no noses. Some are blind. There's no cure. There's just waiting. You live another 15 years. Each one takes something from you. Level 5. Malaria. You're a merchant traveling through the marshlands of northern Italy. Summer, 1360. The air is thick with mosquitoes. Nobody connects mosquitoes to disease. They think the sickness comes from bad air. That's where the name comes from. Malaria. 3 days after you leave the marshes, the fever hits in waves. 1 hour you're burning. The next you're shivering so hard your teeth crack against each other. Then it stops. You think it's over. Then it comes back, every 48 hours, like clockwork. Your skin turns yellow, your spleen swells. The physician gives you a potion of wine and ground pearls. It does nothing. You survive because your body fights it off on its own. But the malaria never truly leaves. It hides in your liver. Every summer the fevers return, and every summer you wonder if this is the one that kills you. Level 6. Tuberculosis. You're a monk in a monastery in Spain. You spend your days copying manuscripts in a cold, damp scriptorium. You start coughing. It doesn't stop. Then one morning you cough into your hand and it comes back red, bright red. You've seen this before. Brother Thomas had the same cough last year. He's buried in the garden now. The disease eats your lungs slowly. You lose weight until your robes hang off you like sails. You sweat through the night. The other monks avoid you. The abbot moves you to a separate cell. You spend your final months alone, listening to chanting through the walls. You die on a Tuesday in February. They burn your bedding. Brother Francis moves into your cell the following week. Level 7. Smallpox. You're 8 years old in a village in England. A traveling merchant came through last week. He looked fine, but 10 days later, you wake up with a fever. Then the rash comes. Small red spots on your face. They spread everywhere. Then the spots fill with pus. Your skin looks like it's boiling from the inside. Your mother wraps you in linen and prays. 3 other children in the village have the same thing. 2 of them die within a week. You don't die, but when the scabs fall off, your face is destroyed. Deep pits and scars cover every inch. Smallpox kills 1 in 3. The ones who live are branded by it for the rest of their lives. Level 8. The sweating sickness. It's 1485, London. You're a merchant. You feel fine at breakfast. By lunch, your body is pouring sweat like it's trying to empty itself. Your heart races. You feel a terror unlike anything you've ever experienced. Something is fundamentally wrong inside your body, and you can feel it. The physician tells you to stay in bed. Don't fall asleep. If you fall asleep, you might not wake up. That's the horror of the sweating sickness. It kills in hours. Healthy at dawn, dead by dusk. Nobody knows what causes it. By evening, the sweat slows. You survived. Your neighbor was dead before sunset. The sweating sickness appears 5 times between 1485 and 1551. Then, it vanishes completely. To this day, no one knows exactly what it was. Level 9. The Black Death. It's 1348. The plague arrives in your port city on a Genoese trading ship. The sailors are already dead. Their bodies are covered in black swellings the size of eggs. Within a month, the city is dying. The baker's family, gone. The blacksmith, gone. The priest who gave last rites, gone. Your wife develops a fever on a Monday. By Wednesday, the swellings appear. By Friday, she's screaming. By Sunday, she's gone. Your children are next, one by one. You carry their bodies to the pit outside of town. Hundreds of bodies. The air is so thick with death, you tie a cloth over your face just to breathe. You don't get sick. You don't know why. The Black Death kills between 75 and 200 million people. Entire villages disappear. The world population drops by 1/3. And when it's over, nothing is the same. Level 10. The Survivor. You're 50 years old. It's 1360. You've buried your wife, your children, your neighbors. The village is half empty. The fields are overgrown because there's no one to farm them. But you're still here. You don't feel lucky. You feel hollow. You remarry, a widow from the next village. She lost everyone too. You don't talk about it. You just work. You plant crops. You rebuild. The world is different now. Workers demand higher wages. You eat better than before the plague. Your life has improved in every measurable way. But at night, you dream about the pit, the bodies, the smell. You wake up in the dark and think the same thought you've had every night for 12 years. Why me? You never get an answer. This is medieval disease. No antibiotics, no vaccines, no understanding of what's killing you. Just suffering, superstition, and survival. And if you made it through, you didn't celebrate. You just kept going, because that's all there was to do.